Yo, chat. How y'all feeling out there? Hopefully everybody's smooth. Everybody's day is going good. And if it wasn't, hopefully it turned out to be a good day for you. Yo, the boy Nas is up to something else, you know? He done did the casino thing and now he's doing, I love when our people get to do something. I get to see other people do stuff all the time, you know? I love when our people get to do something and it's beautiful. I love when we all mix it up too. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But Nas is doing a movie. This is good, a horror joint. Some killer kids. You can't beat that, man. Kids are killing you without trying to kill you. So now they trying to kill you? It's gonna be a hell of a movie. I like that, yo. That's gonna be a good one, man. And if it's not, let's still go see it. You know, show support. We watch corny movies on Tubi. We support those, huh? I'm just saying. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying. So let's support. Should be a dope movie, and a lot of people don't even get out to get to the movies anymore. Get out there, man. I just seen a movie. Pretty cool. Yeah, it was kind of weird, but pretty cool. I was happy to get out there, get to a movie, do something different. I haven't done that in a minute. You know what I want to see though? The Steven Spielberg joint. That should be a killer. What is that? I forgot what the name of it was. The name of it was Disclosure. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm always chopping stuff up. But that's dope that Nas is doing that. Love it. Let's clap it up. But while we clap it up for that, we also have Drake's baby mother getting married soon. I don't know why this is news, but it's news. She's getting married, and she's getting married on Father's Day. Like, you couldn't find a better day. Like, is Drake like really that piece of a crap to you that you would get married on Father's Day? I asked females, and they told me they would do the day before. That's kind of foul too. Like, right after, like the day before Father's Day, you get married, and then here comes Father's. Like, what the hell? I don't know. If that's cool to you, leave it in the comments. I don't think that's a cool thing, and I think it kind of judges how Drake treats her. But don't let me tell it. All alleged, please. And up next, what we have SHERYL Underwood. Now, she was breaking down the whole feeling of what she felt at the Kevin Hart roast. And, you know, some people said it was all jokes and everything. And she understands it because it's the new way of doing things. You know, people getting down to the dirty business of it. You know, talking about your moms, talking about your kids, you know, even if they're, you know, probably disabled. Wow, crazy, right? So I heard that's what they used to do between themselves. That was like a closed door thing. Only certain people could get in. But now they open the doors to the blacks. Man, you gotta go through your little ritual. It seems like, I don't know, that's just the way I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? But don't pay me no attention. Listen to Underwood. She's gonna break it down to you.
Kevin Hart's roast last month was a highlight of the show. It was also a topic here for the way you responded to Tony Hinchcliffe's joke directed at you. Take a look.
She was on a show called The Talk for 13 years. If you never saw it, here's what you missed. No. Hold up. Let me let me talk. Her husband committed suicide 3 years into their marriage. I've been sitting next to her for 2 hours and I have to ask, how did he last that long?
Tony, you think you hurt my feelings by talking about my dead husband? My husband only died once. You die every night with them whack-ass jokes you be telling. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You were the funniest part of this roast, like by far, start to finish, hilarious.
Thank you.
said that the morning after.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the catch up, and Whoopi, you know this. People don't understand. This is the new generation of roasting.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was the Friars Club, and it was a private thing to be roasted.
Until us.
That's
Until
right.
me.
And then when you guys did, and when Dean Martin.
It was a whole other thing.
It was a whole other thing. But this is, and they consider it the lowest common denominator, so they hit you below the belt.
Yeah.
And my feeling, while I'm happy that there's discussion, because then we can get to progress. You should have the feelings that you have. I was just wondering, ladies, how did y'all feel? It looked like they were coming at me. Like I was the big dog, and the roast was Kevin Hart's roast. But they seem to be coming at me.
That was part of it for me. But I just thought that it wasn't funny. I thought that the jokes were not funny. I don't think that you joke about someone's deceased husband.
Right.
I don't think you joke about George Floyd's death, murder. And you know, we had this discussion at the table, and we discussed it with a lot of comedians. Joy Behar said, you know, you don't make a joke
outside of the room.
You don't roast people that are outside of the room. Wanda Sykes said, you don't joke about dead people. You don't joke about deceased people. Even the Wayans, we had the Wayans brothers, two of them, and they said, you know, if you're going to make a joke and you're going to go that low, the payoff better be there.
That's it.
And I felt that the payoff was not there across the board. I couldn't even get through most of the roast because I didn't think
you
it
and
was
Chelsea
funny.
killed it, to be clear. But I want to ask, what were the vibes like? Because I felt, maybe I'm sensitive, I just had a child, but I felt like there was a lot of ire directed at both you and Chelsea, the women who were the real comedians on the stage, that did not feel like the same level of attacks that the men got.
It might have been that you were the funniest.
I would say,
and weren't they supposed to be just roasting Kevin?
No, because, roasting, you hit everybody on the dais.
Okay.
You don't just roast one.
That's a difference.
That's interesting.
Now, it used to be just the person.
Because with Tom Brady, I felt like they just targeted Tom.
These are like, okay, so here's the thing. There were never really audiences outside of the comics in the audience.
Right.
What they do right on this is they get your peers to roast you. That is not always the case. And when that is not the case, it really doesn't work. And when you're showing not all of it, but you've cut it up, you're only seeing what they want you to see. And so you don't realize what's been going on. But there is, you know, when you open it up to other comics and when comics go for each other, that's what they do.
Absolutely.
They go as low as they can. That's the whole point.
Well, he was 6 feet under on that.
Well, I will say this. First, I got to shout out Nikki Glazer and Chelsea Handler, because we talked as women. And I said, Nikki, how they coming? Because you did the Tom Brady. How they coming? They said, they coming for you, Cheryl. I said, well, they coming for me. And then I thought, oh, you the big dog. You know, so you going to shoot at the king and you miss. So you shot at the king. And I got a chance to go hit that microphone. But I got to shout out Pete Davidson. So if you're going to do a George Floyd joke, which if I didn't have a good comeback at the George Floyd joke, then I set us back as female comics.
Right.
So I was asking God, give me the words, Lord. So when I touch that mic, I got to come back harder. But Tony Hinchcliffe is the greatest villain in comedy right now. Shane Gillis, good man. But they make a lot of money on provocative humor, and that's what they're doing now.
I don't think it's humorous.
But, well, it's not, but it did what it needed to do. The algorithms, people watching. But I got to say this, too. Ian Edwards was back there helping me fight. Chris Spencer helping me fight. Kevin Hart, Kyle Irby, Vanessa Graddock, everybody. We were all writing jokes and going, how do I hit them? But God sent me the two things I needed to do.
That's right.
Yeah, I was glad to see her hold it down like that. She even held it down up there. It felt like they was going to attack her, but she held it down and she gave her shout outs. It felt like every time they tried to go somewhere crazy, she was giving her shout outs. Let me cut them off. Boop. Shout out to who? Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And she pointed out who she needed to point out or who she wanted to point out. That's what she did. When she was at the roast, she came back at them hard, same thing, man. And I'm not saying pause because she a woman, so I got the right to say she came at them hard. Well, then again, yeah, that's kind of pause. Yeah, definitely pause. Let's pause that. Yeah, let's pause that. Yeah. So I'm glad she handled it right though. She did the right thing. And I would talk about Cassie. You know what? Yeah, Cassie, she's complaining. She's complaining about somebody harassing her. All right, one of the people that she actually laid in bed with. All alleged. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, and he was complaining about her not getting in trouble and acting like she innocent when she's the one that used to call him over and call everybody else over and then telling people, hey, it's okay not to use a condom. Whoa, crazy, right? Like and subscribe, leave it in the comments, tell me what you think about that. Wow, crazy. Go check what he said. It's old. I'm just talking about what he said that was old. But her complaining is new. But it ain't nothing new when you know these women. Sometimes they get a little crazy. We out.